Do you think the demographics crisis has something to do with the amount of political power boomers have? Yeah, 100%, 100%. Yeah, no one's fucking. No one's having kids. So of course, like, there's going to be more and more. We're going to hit it like even a worse version of this population bump too. Like, fucking in basically every single Western country. Like, what is the median age United States? Isn't it like 50 or something? Not 50, 38.7, and it's going up over time. The median age in the United States 38.7. In the UK, it's 40.7, also increasing over time. Like, look at this, dude. Median age in the United Kingdom back in 1975 was 32.9. Look at this shit, man. It's going to keep going up. It's going to keep going up. We're going to live to see the median age in the United Kingdom and the United States hit like 50. You think civilization can survive fucking 45% of the population being on retirement benefits? We got problems, buddy. We got real problems. Imagine how much worse this would look if it wasn't for immigration. If it wasn't for all the aforementioned 19-year-old Romanians with their one tracksuit to their name coming over into the UK, I bet you the median age would be like 46 or something. Yeah, that's one of the reasons why the only fucking job sector in America that's really growing is healthcare, because everyone's old and sick. It's crazy. This is why Nepal managed to overthrow their government in 2 days. Yep, amazing things can happen when a majority of your population can jump up, has a standing jump of like 2 feet or more. Did you explain median means half the population is that age or above? I'm really sorry, but this is not daycare. I'm just going to have to assume you guys are doing a little bit of work to keep up with me. Oh, sorry. Daycare is an institution that parents take their very young children to like watch over them. It's kind of like a before they go to school thing. It kind of sucks that it's hard for people on the left to talk about the genuine problem of declining birth rates without ceding ground to Nazis. No, it's not. It's not even remotely difficult. Like, that's only a thing you believe because all of your lefty friends are polyamorous 20-somethings who, if you bring up having children around them, they get upset because it reminds them of their parents getting upset with them for coming out as queer, okay? It's actually super fucking easy. It's literally just, hey, a population pyramid should look stable over time, and people should more or less hit the birth rates. I don't care if it's by immigration or by domestic, like, population production. Doesn't really matter to me. We do, however, need to keep that pyramid stable. It's pretty easy. You don't have to cede an inch of ground to the neo-Nazis. I don't give a shit what race they are or what ethnicity or nationality. Well, I mean, if we're talking about America, they should be in America, in that sense American, but you know. I'm telling you, man, it all comes down to the population pyramids. Look at the Netherlands. Look at that. That's not good. Look at Northern Europe. What about Nigeria? Oh, yep. That's a population that's booming. Northern America. China. China's having a problem. Japan also has a major problem. Look at that, man. The cool thing about being Japanese, though, is because you live off of like rice wine and fish, you do live to 90. So you're productive longer, I guess. So Vosh wants infinite growth? No, a stable population pyramid is stable. Look at Korea. I assume you mean South Korea. Bum bada bum bum bum. Where's South? South? Wait. South Africa. South Asia. Where's South Korea? Wait, do they actually just have it listed as Korea? No? Am I blind? Did I just miss it? Oh, Republic of Korea or Korean Republic? Okay, okay. Republic of Korea. That's the formal name. Thank you. Right now, it's not that bad, but if you give it 10 years, it's going to look fucking crazy, dude. It's going to look like constipated down here at the bottom. Look at Japan's. We just did. Japan actually isn't in as difficult a position for a wide variety of reasons, like how their economy is structured. They do need like to fix their birth rate, but genuinely, I think that Japan is in a better position to weather this out because Japan makes it easier for old people to work. Let me rephrase that. Japan's work culture is horrific. However, because of their housing policy and the way that they are structured at a local level, I think it's easier that if you corrected for the work culture, if you correct for it, I feel like being 65 in Japan, that's borderline like prime working years. That's like easy shit. How do I know this? For one, it's you're 65, you're Japanese. What do I know about you? You're in good shape. You walk around a lot because the entire population lives in Tokyo. You're walking all over the place. You're in good shape, okay? Your arteries are doing good. Number two, you're skinny. You don't have a bunch of weight holding you down. Your joints, you're looking pretty good. Number three, your culture venerates old people. People respect you for some reason, even though you're probably stupid. Number four, there are cool shrines all about the place. When you look around, you get to go, oh, I remember that. It was like that when I was 5. And that fills you with life, okay? So you get to keep going. Number five, very robust, thriving, like small business, retail-oriented industry, you know? You walk around Tokyo, there's 50 trillion stores in Tokyo. There are more stores than people, okay? It's not like every place you work at is a Walmart, where everything is like hyper-optimized for efficiency, and there's nowhere to sit down, you know? There are lots of places to sit down, lots of benches. So basically, my argument is, if you correct for the work culture, I think Japan's like a goated place to work in the pensioner age. Unfortunately, they have not corrected for the work culture. So it's actually awful. I hear they're trying to get families with children to move into rural towns for cheap housing. Yeah, you can buy a house in Japan for like $5. The problem is that there's no demand for the houses because no one has kids. It's like you can buy a family house in a rural province for like nothing, but then like you're just sitting there. It's just wasting. It's just slowly returning to nature because it's fucking made out of paper. Every day you wake up and you have to like get a flamethrower, a fucking, you know, machete to chop off the vines because the forest you live next to is trying to reclaim your paper and wood house. Not even any goddamn nails in the framing because of your ancient Japanese art of putting wood together, like Lincoln logs. What was I talking about? Oh yeah, old people are evil. Useless eaters, exactly. Unironically, my retirement plan is rural Japan. Dog, they're going to hate you. Just keep that in mind. Anyone stubborn enough to still live in rural Japan, if you go over there, a fucking gaijin, unironically, they're going to make your life hell. We're talking about a subsection of the Japanese population so conservative and isolated that they don't even want to move to a city, when living in Tokyo is like the easiest shit in the world for a Japanese, okay? You go over there, they're going to be like leaving dead cats on your lawn. I'm just saying. They're going to be casting ancient Shinto curses at you. I'm just warning you. Rural people like Southeast Asians but hate white people for some reason. Do you think it's because of like the culture? Like an American moves into a rural Japanese village, weighs as much as every other resident combined, then goes outside and asks, "What's the DoorDash?" You know, goes door to door, being like, "Hello, what do you got in the area?" You know. You're talking about people who have been like fishing from the same river for 60 years, okay? I'm just saying it's you just have to. Yeah, but you'll be rocking Capital Drip for way cheaper. That's not true, man. It's still it's expensive over there too. Joke's on you, I actually know how to cook Japanese. Oh yeah? Slaughter AMA official? If you know how to cook Japanese, let's see the BMI for it. I've been to Tokyo. I've seen what those motherfuckers look like, okay? I could wrap my one arm around them, all right? Post gut. Gut post. Post gut. Gut post right now. That's what I fucking thought. Oh, you can cook Japanese? All right. Let's see what you're actually cooking. They'll know when they see you. Bosch is really misrepresenting rural Japan. Every white person I know who's lived in rural Japan. You're talking about YouTubers. Every white person you know who's lived in rural Japan, you're talking about YouTubers, okay? They're not going to tell you about the... They go there with money and they show you refurbishment projects so that Westerners can soy out over the tatami mats, okay? Don't you fucking start with me. Can you look at the Somalia birth rate? Yeah, that makes sense. Now that's a nation of movers and pushers right there. You guys are not ready for the Southeast Asianification and Africanization of the internet in the coming half century. You know, the only thing that's kept it from happening for this long is the fact that China's walled off, India's poor, and most of Africa is super poor. But over time, like in the coming decades, a majority of the English-speaking population on the internet, like a significant majority, is going to be people from the global south. You're going to go online and people are going to be talking about food you've never heard of. People are going to be talking about fucking capital cities you've never been to, and the behavior of tourists there. People are going to be racist against you in ways that leave you feeling, rather than like, because You're white, so when foreigners are racist against you, you're like, at least my GDP per capita is 72,000. But they're gonna start hitting you with racism you weren't expecting, curveballs you weren't ready for. You're gonna start feeling like confused and lost afterwards. You know, a Somalian teenager is gonna hit you with some like Fortnite ass Gen Alpha slang that is comprehensible to you, but only just, and you're gonna feel like you're out of it, like you're out of the loop now. Hope you got your stereotypes ready for Mozambique, white boy. Look, it's only fair because if you're English speaking and online and you're from Nigeria or India or whatever else, you have to be like aware of all these stereotypes and mimetic references to places like Tokyo or Paris or London or New York City or Los Angeles or whatever. But we don't have to know shit about their countries or their cities. It's time, and we deserve it. It's time for the fucking whiplash to come around, you know? We're gonna go online and somebody's gonna hit us with a zinger from like a South Indian country that we've never heard of before. Some Sri Lankan is gonna hit us with some shit, and we're gonna be like, "What the fuck are you talking about?" And 50 people are gonna show up in the comment section and laugh at your ignorance. Actual globalism on an equal footing. But you will still have something over them because if you're getting hit with it by like Southeast Asians, you can be like, at least my country didn't lose 250,000 people yesterday to flooding. And they'll be like, no. And you'll be like, yes. And that's that's your touche. Yeah. This shit is so fucking Orientalist, man. This is not a joke. Chinese people are eating and poking fun at hashtag white people food. Wow, really? In a country of 1.4 billion people, some of them are talking about the culinary tendencies of the loudest humans on earth? Is that true? Oh, I thought us white people were doing our own, like we were doing our own cultural shit like quietly out of the reach of other groups. I didn't realize that we were opening ourselves up to the scrutiny and mockery of 1.4 billion human beings. It's like whenever you ever see people post and it's like Chinese people have made this new trend. Chinese people have started this crazy new trend, and it's some like, and then you see a video that has some stylistic effect that you only see one video of it. You know what I mean? It's just Orientalism, man. They were doing that back in the 1800s too. A guy with a huge mustache would come back on a boat from Japan and be like, the Japanese are super into this. And then he would show you like a vase one guy painted. The Japanese are really into this style of vase painting right now. He went to one shop. He went to one shop before he went back to port. And everyone would fall for it. They'd be like, this is the new trend. This happened like over and over again, by the way. A whole bunch of like Orientalist trends in the West started because people would bring over tiny bits of information from Japan or China or whatever and be like, no, this is the new hotness over there. And they'd be like, okay, all right. And it's just like one guy's basement creation. We're still doing it. We're still fucking doing it. The Japanese shogunate created sweatshops and forced kids to make Western bait slop art. That rules. They really got one up over us on that one, didn't they? The shogunate being like, I bet in 200 years an entire generation of Westerners will be raised on a bunch of toys representing pocket monsters. We're gonna get these yokai. Just trust me, buddy, okay? Right now, these are a parlor shop curiosity, but give me 190 years, and this shit is going to be in the... This is going to be the biggest franchise the world has ever seen. Westerners cower in the face of the 200-year merchandising plan, man. We don't think that far ahead. One of these days, hillbilly elegy is somehow going to be the main American cultural export. That's really funny to think about. Vosh, you've been talking recently about how the internet's making people not fuck, but we've been near replacement or below it since the 1970s. We were even at it in the 30s. No, I didn't say the internet's making us not fuck. It's just a part of it. It's that economically and socially, it's just fucking a waste of time to have kids now. It used to be everyone lived in the middle of nowhere, and every guy had nothing to do but like question mark rape his wife. That was it. Like that was all of human society for 50 million years. And now it's like, holy shit, there's like stuff you can do. You can live in a big city and get cholera. You can live in a big city and get all your food from cafeterias where somebody makes slop soup for you, you know? Like nowadays, it's just not as soon as people started moving into cities, like more and more people, it's more difficult to have like 50 kids because you live in a tiny tenement or whatever. The houses aren't as big. But even if you have a big house now, nobody fucking wants 20 kids because you got shit to do. You got like video games to play. Who the fuck has time to raise children? We literally have Silksong. And Hades 2 is coming out like 2 weeks from now. The problem with like the population graph here is that, listen, guys, it's not wealth that allows people to have kids. Poorer countries have more kids. It's not wealth, that's cope. It's also not house size. America has much larger house sizes, even at different income levels, than other countries, and that doesn't fix the population pyramid problem. It's not misogyny. Removing women's rights doesn't fix it. Let me find where's what am I looking for here? What is it? What is it? Why am I blanking? Come on, it's Saudi Arabia. Where's Saudi Arabia? Uh-oh. Oh, okay. Well, Saudi Arabia is a fake country, so don't worry about it. The population rate for Saudi Arabia has dropped significantly, like substantially. Same with Iran. And in Iran and Saudi Arabia, I genuinely don't even know if rape are illegal, okay? Once you marry a woman. So, like, yeah. The population rate is declining absolutely everywhere. It's just it's basic Marxism. It's material analysis. Okay, people have children because children fill a like slot, a niche in the material economy of the society that you live in. If everyone is a farmer, you can have as many kids as you want because the woman stays inside and like I don't know, she has a fainting couch and a fan and stuff, and the guy goes out there and I don't know hits rocks with shovels. I don't know what farmers do. And you can have like 50 million kids. It all makes sense. Everything works together. It all fits, okay? Nowadays, who the fuck has time? We're going to need to try to find some kind of like niche or intersection where it's materially incentivized or at least like sensible for people to have like 2.1 kids. America should try not actively punishing parents. Quit being a baby. It's not about actively punishing parents. We're talking about a global decline in the birth rate. Literally, like every single country on Earth. Every country on Earth. Like it's like poor countries, rich countries, white countries, black countries, fucking big house countries, little house countries, everywhere, like everywhere, everywhere, everywhere. It's like, why would you have a kid? People don't have a kid for like fun. There's usually like a reason they do it. The Mormons are bucking the trend. Yeah, the Mormons like culturally strongly incentivize that. I think that social stigma is actually the like legitimizing mechanizing there because Mormons are basically a cult. If you leave the cult, like they shun you from the community. Mormons are not like evangelicals or sorry, like Protestants or Catholics. Like if you have a Catholic family and you're like, you're not like super Catholic or whatever, you can usually stay with your family. There are tons and tons and tons of like Mexican families where the grandparents and the parents are super Catholic and the kids are like, but whatever, they're all family. Whereas with Mormons, you're expected to hold a doctrine, and if you leave that doctrine, they're often shunned from their community. So there's a social framework there that's like keeping the birth rates up. Is really messed up. Yeah, it's pretty bad. I don't think we should do that to like solve the birth rate issue. You know why Israel has such weird birth rates for an industrial country? Because Israel's a settler colonial project. People go there and like they seize Palestinian property there as part of an active project to replace the demographics of the area that they're in. It's not really like a normal country. It doesn't operate by normal rules. You might as well be like analyzing a country in active wartime for 60 years. It doesn't follow the same like doctrine, you know. Um, So we need child producing fascism? No, when did I say that? Why does everyone this is the fucking problem with talking about anything involving demographics is the nanosecond you talk about anything and everyone's like, okay, time for me to relate this to like the tangentially relevant Hitlerite talking point that I'm familiar with. Why? You're the one poisoning the discourse. Nothing about any of this is fascistic. We're just talking about like basic Marxist material incentives, the material dialectic, the extent to which producing children fills a social or material need in a society. Basically, it's the cell phones. It's the dang cell phones. Everyone's too busy looking at memes.